Sneako has a problem with Yemenis being chosen because his argument has been that unlike Judaism, doesn't have a chosen group. It breaks. Oh, I get it. I
Yeah,
wasn't even thinking about that.
that's it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
That's his sore point. He doesn't like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, so he's been pointing out, oh, these people think they're better than everyone. They think they're chosen and they're special, and Islam is different because we're all the same. And then he got some Yemenis coming up to him. No, Yemenis are the best, bruh.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
this is.
exactly what it is.
See,
Yeah.
guys,
And he was like,
this this really helps. All like the context and background to make sense of all this. Because again, I was like, what? Why is he bringing up that hadith? Doesn't make any sense, and so on. But yet
Yeah.
now everything makes sense. Now this is good.
What happens when a popular influencer asks an honest question about Islam and gets labeled a disbeliever? In today's video, David Wood breaks down the wild fallout between Sneako and Sheikh Assim al-Hakeem after a simple question about a hadith spirals into full-blown controversy. Let's get into it.
I have a question that I've been struggling with this one ever since I read this hadith, which stuff a lot. I have to admit I didn't like when I read it. That the people of Yemen are the best of people.
Is it authentic? Is it?
That's what I read. Yeah.
Then if it's authentic, it's from Allah. No questions asked, no strings attached. If you want to be shaky, this means that you don't have certainty.
But I mean, how are we able to judge how authentic hadith is? Or
You don't. The biggest problem we have with the Westerners from America and from Canada and from Europe is that they don't have their Islam on cemented area. They're so easy to flip. All of a sudden, I have doubts. Why? The Prophet married Aisha when she was 9. Ooh, you're a kafir. If you doubt the Prophet ﷺ for a second, you're a full-fledged kafir. Get the heck out of my house. Don't even think about it. No second chances. Watch out. I don't know why you're there laughing. Guys, I don't know any of you, with all due respect.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the background. Sneako learned about this hadith, and he thought he would ask, hey, the big popular YouTube sheikh that's makes everybody laugh. We go to him a lot. Say, hey guys, this is what Islam teaches. This is the real Islam for most things. And he's usually spot on from an Islamic perspective. But I mean, he does lie like all the others. But usually he's got a pretty good track record for being consistent with what Islam teaches. And so they thought that'd be a great idea. Bring Sneako to this guy. Hey, he'll answer your question. And
You know what this reminds me of? It's not going to have the same level of impact, but it's the same dynamic as one of the younger guys coming in, thinking he's going to score some points in a conversation with one of the older generation and clear some things up, and then it just ends in disaster. And then the older guy gets condemned. But it's exactly like the Muhammad Hijab Sheikh Yasser Qadi holds in the narrative interview where, hey, I've got some concerns. I'll go to an expert on the topic and get some answers for everyone. And the answer you get is like completely disastrous. And everyone starts doubting. And then they throw the older guy under the bus. Just like they threw Sheikh Yasser Qadi under the bus. Now they're throwing Sheikh Assim under the bus. But on that issue, now I know that I know it gets into the issue with the hadith and then the responses and so on. But
yeah.
On this issue of saying you are not allowed to doubt what Muhammad is, I do think it's interesting that he says if it's an authentic hadith, it's from Allah. That's like pretty hardcore. Considering what a screwed up methodology they have and how even sahih, so-called authentic hadiths that they have contradict each other left and right. And it's like, how can you take them all as from Allah if they're contradicting each other like they do? But as far as him saying, if something is from Muhammad or something is from Allah, you do not get to question it at all. That is straight out of the Quran. That is Surah 4, verse 65, that you have no real faith until you make Muhammad judge in all disputes and have no resistance in yourself against any of Muhammad's decisions and accept them with full submission. You are not a real Muslim if you doubt anything Muhammad has ever said, or if you have any resistance against anything Muhammad has ever said. And so if you say, yeah, I'm not sure that, it's right to have, a child bride or something like that, you're not a real Muslim. So he's actually like warning this younger generation, you don't understand what you're doing here. You think this is like, you can just toss out doubts and stuff like this. And hey, I don't think this is true. Or I have a doubt about this. You're according to the Quran, you are kuffar. If you act like that, you are not real Muslims. And he brings up Muhammad and Aisha, and these guys all bust out laughing. He's like, I don't know why you're laughing. I do not know why you're laughing. I have no idea why you're laughing right now. I'm telling this guy that he is on very, very dangerous ground by saying he doubts Muhammad because of this hadith. I'm completely serious here, and you guys are all laughing like it's a joke because you're a bunch of kids. And anyway, it's like in this whole scenario, he is clearly the one who is most correct from an Islamic perspective, and so that's why it's interesting that it doesn't matter, because the younger guys, they're the ones with the following.
Yeah, and the point about what you made about even if it's a Sahih hadith is from Allah, that's based in Islam, like in Surah 53, verse 3. He does not speak of his own, meaning Muhammad. So even if it's not Quran, if he's speaking in a hadith and you're pretty sure it goes back to him, it's coming from their God, their fake God.
It would be interesting to take a clip of that. Because I'm just thinking of, wait a minute, you've got all these hadiths that contradict each other on things. And so it's clear there are clearly fabrications and so on, and mistakes and mutations and so on, even among what they regard as authentic hadiths and so on. So anyway, just I think you could kind of make fun of their entire methodology going down that road. But yeah, so guys, that's kind of what set it up. Sheikh Assim al-Hakeem rebuked Sneako, said you're a kafir if you doubt what Muhammad has said and so on. And then they kind of went on, and Sneako took it and agreed with him, and then Sheikh Assim explained what the hadith meant and so on, and seemed fine until Sneako's feelings were hurt. We didn't realize that Sneako's feelings were hurt, and he had to complain.
Yeah, he realized that the video went viral. I think last time I saw it had like 10 million views or something on X, something like that. 10 million views. And so Sneako, this is his reaction basically after he saw that it went viral. Now, there's a small clip at the beginning of this where he talks about how he thought that the answer was good. And I just wanted to include that because I wanted to show how he was just saying that at the time, but once he saw the aftermath, you see how he quickly changed his mind.
Okay, let's see.
You got a problem with that hadith, huh?
Yeah, but I like the way you explained.
That Sheikh Assim al-Hakeem video went viral everywhere, bro. I think overall I was thinking about that. I was thinking about this a lot. I think overall, that video where I asked him the question about the hadith where it says the people of Yemen are the best people, about Arab supremacy, and he said, like, you're a kafir, get out of my house. I think overall, that clip was good for me, bad for him, and bad for the ummah. So overall, it was bad. But it showed that I have sincerity, but I mean, that stuff is irrelevant. Overall, it was not good. I didn't anticipate that, I got to be honest. There's some clips where I could anticipate they were going to be bad. This one, I didn't expect it. Because when I was sitting there, I thought that he was just like kind of hardcore. I did not anticipate that backlash at all. It went everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. Even Tommy Rubenstein tweeted something about it. It just gave a bunch of ammunition to the people that hate Islam. I don't think he answered that question well that I had. I don't think he was taking me seriously. And to be honest, I think he was a little bit arrogant in the way he answered it. And I kind of like that guy. I've been watching his stuff for a while. You guys see me react to his stuff in Discord groups. He's a funny guy. But when people are asking for genuine questions, you can't respond with, try to clip farm or be humorous, because look at the response that everyone had. Just gave a bunch of ammunition that we didn't need at this time. So the people that hate.
All right, so that's one of Sneako's reactions, and then he sits down with his friends.
Hang on. We can't just breeze right by that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, how awesome is that? That's Sneako. Yeah, see, he's a bit arrogant. He just called him arrogant, said he did damage to the ummah with that. Why? Because keep it, and Sheikh Assim, he explained this. He said, if you come to me and you say, hey, I don't doubt this, I accept it, but I don't understand it, could you explain it? He said, totally fine. That's not how Sneako came. He was like, I have doubts about this. I have doubts about this, even though it's authentic. This isn't making sense to me. This isn't making sense of this religion and so on. So he's actually doubting something from Muhammad. And all Sheikh Assim there is doing is a rebuke and telling all these young guys, hey, you young guys, you think you get to go around questioning everything and challenging everything, and I'll just reinterpret this. I'll just say this never happened. I'll just throw out this hadith and so on, based on what you like and you don't like. And he warned them, this is why people leave Islam. And if that's already your attitude, you're already a kafir. And so he's giving these guys like a serious warning, and then wondering why they're laughing, because they're a bunch of kids. And then what do you get? You get Sneako, who's been a Muslim for like 5 seconds, calling out the arrogance and damage being done by Sheikh Assim al-Hakeem. These are awesome days. But even when we were watching that, it was when Sneako was talking about how, look at the damage this has done. It keeps reminding me of the aftermath of the Holes in the Narrative interview, where they had to deal with all the blowback. And then they realize that it's the exact same thing. Non-Muslims start using it to expose Islam, and then of course they have to take it down. But they won't have this opportunity. Much like the Holes in the Narrative interview, it's already spread too far, too fast, and you can't get rid of it now.
Yeah, and remember when he said it's bad for the ummah, but it's good for me? Is he not part of the ummah? He's not very bright, is he?
Yeah, he's trying to say like, hey, it makes me look a little sincere because I can talk about my doubts, but that's not what's important. It's really bad for the ummah.
But he's part of the ummah.
Yeah.
And that, guess what, Sneako? Get used to that. All this stuff is going to be good for you and getting you attention. So if you want attention, yes, this is all going to be good for you and getting attention. But this whole journey of yours, much like Andrew Tate's, is going to be bad for the ummah.
Yes.
I don't like how he said that the Sheikh was click farming. The Sheikh was absolutely sincere in his and truthful.
Yeah, I don't think he was trolling them at all.
No.
He's being really genuine. Like, he actually believes that stuff. He was even telling them, I don't even know you guys. I don't know. You're in my house laughing at me. I'm giving you serious answers. You're just sitting here giggling and stuff.
They think he was joking.
Yeah, he was serious. He's like, if you doubt the Prophet, then you're out of Islam.
And no second chance. That means, the sword will be on your neck.
Yeah.
And by the way, think about, because you guys are pointing out like he's dead serious. Think about, from his perspective, what a serious matter this is. You've got the avalanche of apostasy. You have 24% of young Muslims leaving Islam. Why? Because they've somehow gotten the idea that they're allowed to doubt, and they keep going with their doubts, and they keep questioning things, and then soon they're like, we don't believe in this. And he's saying you have to stop that. Islam has to stop that. You don't get to doubt. You don't get to question. That's how you need to understand Islam, so that you don't think you get to question these things. So he's completely serious, and he's looking around at like the damage that's being done by questions. And then Sneako shows up. Hey, we're gonna put this all over the place. Hey, you know what? I have a real problem with what Muhammad said here. And he's like, dude, stop it, right? Shut it down. Shut this down, right? You do not get to talk like that. Why are all you guys laughing? Why do you think it's a laughing matter for people to doubt Muhammad about something like, his relationship with Aisha? What is wrong with you guys? Completely serious and completely correct from an Islamic perspective.
Yeah.
Plus, he had to shut it down. Remember, they were in Saudi. You can't go around Saudi saying, I doubt the Prophet. You know what will happen to you, right?
Right.
Sneako he's so out of touch. He's in La La Land.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Well, that took a turn. Here are 3 things I learned from this video. 1. Asking a simple question about a hadith might just get you slapped with a kafir label. So much for open dialogue. 2. Sneako found out real quick that Islamic scholars aren't fans of casual curiosity, especially when it pokes the hadith bear. And 3. With public clashes like this happening more and more, it's starting to look like Islam is low-key imploding from the inside. When even your allies get cancelled, who's safe? If you learned something, or just enjoy the chaos. Hit like, smash subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.